Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So, it's February on the farm. Pretty cold. I popped in yesterday just, to kind of do my daily check-in when I can. I'm not always in every day, but happen to be since we've been doing things. So we had snow all over the ground here yesterday. Looks like things have thawed out a bit. Obviously we've got frost on the ground this morning. But we've got pigs that are mature, so we're going to go ahead and get those to market. And so taking a look, so it's 7 a.m., as you can see, in February, and we had gone ahead and fed the pigs at 6 p.m. in December. It's now 7 a.m. in February. So basically, given that each month is 24 hours, we've gotten, we're about 37 hours, because January at 6 p.m. would have been 24. Get to 6 a.m. from 6 p.m. we add another 12, and then we've got another hour. So we're actually running at a higher consumption rate. It's about 283, 285. So that 242 we were getting, just from the quick calculation of how things were going, doesn't seem to be maintained, but we'll see how it all goes. But because we're down to, I think, like 23,000 right now. So we've used about 10,000 food, and that's what, then dividing it by 37 hours gets us to that point. So I think, we're basically going to be able to get a little over 100 hours. Let's see, am I not there yet? There we go. All right, so we've got these. So we can move those to the trailer. Can get the Berkshires, move those to the trailer. And then the Landrace. And move those to the trailer. And now we have nothing else that's 1,200. And we can then go drive these over. And that will give us, whatever it is, about 42,000 is kind of what we've been getting. Because the thing is, obviously, with the animals, the value is determined by what we just had, picking them up, removing them. They don't fluctuate at the delivery point like crops. So, but yeah, we've got that moving along. The question is, will the consumption go down a bit, or as soon as those babies are born, which I'm sure is going to happen in the next day or so, and we'll be full up again, how that'll all work. So, yeah, I've been trying to figure out. It looks like we had a precision farming update from Giants this week, in the last few days, and comment from FSN management is, at this point, the people in charge have determined that precision farming is stable enough to be considered appropriate for use here in FSN. So we don't have any dates or anything, but it looks like it's at least closer than it was. And, we've crossed a milestone to the point of we're actually being told that it's going to be moving in here, we'll just be given some dates and information on exactly how the transition will work and so forth when we're given it. So don't know when, there was no time frame, but I'm assuming it's a matter of weeks that we'll at least find out. So hopefully we're pretty close to getting that on the system here. My guess is they may try something like that has to do with crops and that. They may go ahead and try to do it in a winter again, so we might be looking at 12 days at least before it's considered, but some multiple of 12 from where we're at for the game to correspond with the game years. But the other thing that's being debated is there's some votes out for removing the weight limit on trailers, which, from the understanding of how it was explained, honestly doesn't really change the function. It just, we get rid of the warning, but if we exceed the weight limit, we're going to have the same problem of not being able to move trailers and so forth. So I'm not quite sure that helps, so I did not vote for that. The vote that's winning is the opposite of that. It is to remove it, but we have to hit, I think, a 75% plus approval, and right now we're running slightly under that, thank goodness. So I'm hoping it won't happen, because I think people aren't thinking it through, is my feeling on it. Alright, so let's sell these. Let me just get through this. Just so much clicking and so easy to make a mistake. Alright, so almost back up to 1.2 million, but not quite. So there's that, and then there's an additional mod that's being considered, which I think is RA22 tracks, which basically gives some more realism to the tracks that your vehicles make, including kind of mud in the fields. I think if you're going over wet fields of some sort, or not quite sure how that's fully determined, but it just seems like another way to get stuck and get frustrated. So I'm a no on that as well. So and a no as well, meaning that I don't think it's a good idea to do it. So the vote actually for for the weight is no, leave it as it is, or yes, remove the weight. And so yes, remove the weight is winning. So I guess I'm a no in both. I suppose that is accurate. It's just the way the vote's set up, it kind of made me mess up a bit. So I'm not quite sure how long the vote stays open. I haven't looked at it, excuse me, since I voted yesterday. So yeah, I'm not sure how all of that will play out, but those are kind of the new happenings in the FSN domain. We're also getting close to getting the semi revamp done. It looks like maybe this Sunday. So what's happened in the interim is we've gotten some credit for our trucks and trailers, and I certainly can't complain with what happened on my end, because at least on the trucks for sure, the semis, I got a super deal on those when I bought them from someone used. They gave them to me for a very discounted price, and I got way more than that in compensation as they were removed. So I've used those trucks in the meantime, generated income, and on top of it I've sold them at a profit. I don't remember if I bought the trailers on my... I know I bought them on my own, but they may have been extremely inexpensive in the used equipment listing. So the confusion I have right now is I can't, it doesn't look like I can buy new ones in Vehicles Land on the Entrepreneur's site. I'm not seeing any. Now that may simply be because it's going to be another step in the revamp. So they've been rolling things out a little bit every day for the last 4 or 5 days. And so we were told, hey, these will be out there, these being the sell your trucks and trailers. And they actually gave us till August 1st to go ahead and do that. So it's not like people had to rush to it. I mean, we're still just in May in real time. And so, that gives people over 2 months. I mean, obviously, I would agree. If you can't act in that time, then I guess, sorry, you'll end up just losing any kind of value. Is really what the statement is you've got till August 1st, and after that they'll just be removed, and you're not really going to be able to put in a ticket to get credit or anything because they've given us ample time. I certainly agree with that. I think that's more than enough time to do something like go in and click buttons. And I get there's probably people that have hundreds of tractors and trailers together, where in my case, I had two tractors, 2 trailers. I mean, I literally had to click 4 buttons, but so I get it could be a little more complicated for others, time consuming, but it's clicking buttons. It's not that hard. And it becomes the thing of, well, you got to interact with them anyway. Like, you're clicking buttons to do that. Like, I assume it's not that big a deal, but as with anything, I'm sure there's going to be people complaining somewhere. So anyway, that gets you up to speed and also gets my work done. So hope you've enjoyed that little visit. We'll check back here. I've decided definitely, I think I'm just going to stick with sorghum, because I don't know that I'm going to get any more with corn. And as I said, it eliminates the plow requirement. And that just seems to be the smartest move at this point. So when we can, we'll be planting sorghum. And the when we can is still 2 more months. So it's not tomorrow, it's the day after that is the earliest I can get things in the field. So nothing really likely going to happen on the farm tomorrow. We've got enough pig food, as you can see. If at the consumption rate, basically in another 36 hours we'll have consumed another 10,000 if things stay the same. Logically, if I have less pigs for a little while, it should slow down for a bit, but we'll see how it all plays out, and I'll see you next time.